What's up, YouTube? It's Nasir back here, aka Nye Invest. So today I'm going to be showing y'all how to get ROI, to understand what ROI is and how to get ROI. And all ROI is in return on investment. So when you're typically going to do ROI on rental properties that your buyer wants to buy and hold on. So multifamilies, your duplexes, your triplexes, your quadruplexes, up to you can go up to 10, 15 apartment units. So how you get your ROI is basically you're gonna take you guys can see this here. To get your ROI, basically what you're gonna do is take your number invested, your dollar amount invested, minus estimated profit, so estimated gain, and that's over the amount invested. So once you do that, you'll have your ROI. But you don't even need to do the math by yourself. There's the day and age we're in, you could just go to Google. So basically what I do is I'll just go right here, ROI, you know what I'm saying, return on investment calculator, just like that. And I'm gonna run a number with you guys. Got all these tabs opened up. Run a number with you guys, and then I'm just gonna show you guys how I got my ROI, and I'm gonna explain to you, why okay. So basically, what these properties are right here, 2406 Fletcher Street. It's a property that I have currently under contract with an investor, and I'm looking for a buyer for it. So it's a duplex. It makes $2,300 a month, more specifically, $2,386 a month. You do that times 12. There's 12 months in a year, so you'll get 28,632. How much the property will make in a year. So this is where you have to ask your buyers, or you could do it on a 5-year, 10-year, 15, 20. Like, I don't know. Some buyers are fine with getting their invested return on their ROI later on. Some buyers want it sooner rather than later, and some buyers are okay with getting it within the 10-year window, which is about medium to me. I say a 10-year window is somewhere medium. I say a 5-year window is pretty quick. Like, for a rental property, that's pretty quick. If you can get if you get a solid ROI before 5 years, that's a great property that you have, especially if it's in a good market and everything like that. So then you do how much money it makes a year times how many years you're doing it for. So for me, with my investor, he's looking to get a return on his investment in 5 years. So I just did it times 5, and then you get $143,160. So, and then basically you need to see how much money it takes that you're gonna have to put in. So the home is going for $65K. The rehab is $40K, and now my buyer, he doesn't want to do a rehab over $20K, but however, if the numbers make sense, he's fine with it. And these numbers make more than sense, and later I'm going to explain to you why that is. So my buyer wants to do a $20K rehab, right? So an issue for me with selling this off to my buyer is that he doesn't want a heavy rehab. He wants a $20K rehab. So let me get these all erased. My buyer wants a $20K rehab. So an issue number one, well, not really an issue, but it couldn't come up. We're gonna have to explain it to him. Is rehab 40K. He wants it at 20. So we're gonna put what he wants in parentheses right there. Let me make sure you guys can see that. Yeah, you guys can see that right there. So then you got to look at, okay, 65K buy-in, 40K rehab. Then you turn and there's a 5K closing. I say 5K closing because, you're not going to necessarily get closing over 7,000. 7,000 is probably like the highest, that's a lot for closing costs, which closing costs includes title, paying the seller and buyer agent fee, and, whatever other whatever other fees and stuff that comes along with closing. It's just in the name. So I estimate that somewhere around 5. 5 is saying being a really generous with it. And it can well be under 5. And the chances that it's going to be over 5, I wouldn't say they're just slim, but it's better than not. It's going to be under 5 or at 5. So I put 5K estimated closing. Let me just put estimated so you guys can see that I'm not saying it's 5K. So that equals you out around 110. So that means that you're gonna have to invest. He's gonna have to invest 110,000, and his ROI after 5. I'm not ROI. His investment gain, or how much he's supposed to make. My apologies. How much he's supposed to make after 5 years is $143,160. So let me head and tell you guys this. He wants to spend 120. So he wants to spend 120 after closing costs, after purchasing the property, after paying he wants to walk out at 120. Right now we have him at 110. So we may be able to get us an extra 10K based off of, we know that he wants to sell at 120. However, the way I do it, I would just ask him straight up, if I got you a good deal, could you throw in an extra 5 or extra 10 for me to put in my pocket? We'll see how that goes. I like being upfront with my buyers because I want them to come back to me for years and years to come, and on any time they want a deal. So that's a conversation I'll have with him. So basically, after you get how much money your property's supposed to make within the timeline that your buyer's trying to see a return on, after you get that, which is mine is 5 years, so that's why I did it in 5 years. And then you get how much it's going to cost for them to invest total. So we have 110 investing. He's going to have to invest 110, and that buyout price was investment price was 143,160. So 143,160. Okay, and this would be over a 5-year period. And this is just on calculator net, so .net. So if you type in ROI Calculator in Google, this will all pop up for you. It's not hard to find. And if you ask, I'll put the link in the description, or I'll put the link in the description anyway for all this stuff. So you calculate it. So basically, he wants somewhere between a ROI of 17% or 18%, right? So he wants an ROI from 17 to 18%. The ROI on this is at 30%. Now you guys might be like, whoa, why is it so high? Like, what are you getting so high on this? It's just because that's how good of a deal this is when you're comparing it to any year scale. So for this deal, if you look at the math, you do the numbers, he'll see a $4,000 gain on his investment in 4 years. So that means when it comes on to that 5th year, that's all profit. So that $28,632 that he makes in a year off of rent is all profit. That's if you do, and this is just show you that number. It'll be rough estimates, but how much does he make per year with the rent would be $28,632. So $28,632, right? Plus the $4K he'll make after 4 years. 32. Now it's not really 4, it's 4 and some change, so it'll even out to that 33,160 number that you guys see there. So this is a great deal for my investor, a great deal. He'll be getting an annualized ROI of 5.41%, which is really, really good for a multifamily home, or for any investment actually. But then if you put it on a 10-year scale, this is what my buyer will be looking at in 10 years. So when I show him this deal, when I pitch him this deal, it's a no-brainer. It's nothing that he can turn away and say, I don't want it. There's no reason, because look at that investment gain in 10 years. And there's also another thing you have to pitch to your buyer when you're telling them about the property. When you have a property this good on rental cash flow and all that stuff, you have to let your buyer know that your property is still appreciating over time. So on top of the money that you're making rental income, you're still getting the raise in equity as the years go by, and as as time changes, or whatever the case may be. So these are really good points that you want to point out to your buyers when you're selling your homes. And this is why I like to get everything that I would need and then go to my buyer and then show them, because at that point, then you're laying them out on a silver platter a great investment opportunity. And if they turn it down, you have to find out why, because if the numbers make sense like this, there should be no reason that they should. But yeah, that's how you get ROI. That's what I'm using ROI for. And yeah, I mean, I could show you guys how to get it on another property, just for the sake of the video. So this is another property that I have, 119 East 19th Street, just so I can make sure that you guys have it down pack of how to get it. The total rent for this home right here is $1,000. So 1,000 times 12, 1,000 a month. So times 12 is how much you'll make in a year, which would be 12,000. And then you do how much you'll make in a year times 5 to see what you'll make in 5 years, which would be 60K. The total buy-in for this is 70K. That's why you see that there's an investment loss within the first 5 years. It's a negative 14, 25, 29 ROI. This is not a deal that I would show to this current buyer, just because he's looking to see a return on his investment in 5 years. So this is not something for him. However, if I say to him, are you interested in any properties that can make you a return, make you a positive ROI in 10 years? Then I could go to him and say, well, in 10 years, this property will make you an investment gain of $50,000. And this is how. And I have all these numbers to prove myself and everything like that, which just, how much money the property will make per year times 10, you just add a zero. So 120,000 is how much it'll make in 10 years. And then, you take that minus 120 minus the 70. That's where you get that number at. But yeah, that's how you calculate a ROI. I think you guys should definitely use this calculator right here. It's a great tool to have. I'll actually put all this stuff. I have an offer sheet, offer calculator for you guys too. I'll put in the description. What else do I have? You guys should definitely use PropWire. PropWire for your comps is a really good tool to just see the comps out front and to be able to go. Sometimes it does mess up, but as you get better with it, you learn how to work around it and learn how to work around its flaws, and you just become better at things like that. Or you can get comps through Zillow, and if you guys want me to show you that, I'll show you how to get your comps straight through Zillow if you don't like using PropWire. PropWire is free also too. So yeah, these are all the properties that I have. I'm gonna pitch these to my buyer later on after he gives me a call and see which one of these properties that he's interested in purchasing. But yeah, that's it for this video. In this video, I showed you guys how to calculate an ROI, what an ROI is, and I showed you a real life example of me calculating an ROI, and I told you the reason for that. So if I'm able to record that phone call with this buyer, I will definitely do that. But yeah, I think that's it. Well, thank you guys. Like, comment, subscribe, and comment anything that you guys want to do moving forward. Peace.